everyone, welcome back to Audrey Kramer Coaching. I am so grateful you guys are here. So thank you so much for joining me every week on this journey. If you like the content, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you share with people, all of those good, fun, happy things that keep the world going around. But yeah, I know the last couple of weeks we've talked about some different mindfulness tips and tricks, right? We've talked about Jon Kabat-Zinn's body scan, how you can kind of use that to just have an awareness of your body and emotions. We talked about leaves on a stream, right? So just kind of not attaching yourself to those thoughts and emotions, but just being an observer, just watching them go by, and how that can really bring you clarity about the world around you, and just how awesome that is, and how sometimes it can lead you to that breakthrough moment just to have that clarity, which is so cool. So this week I wanted to talk about something a little bit different. I wanted to talk about having a growth mindset. Now, they're typically divided into two camps, right? You have your fixed mindset or you have your growth mindset. Fixed mindset is, this is the way I am, here's my personality, here's my traits, take it or leave it. And then there's the growth mindset of, hey, I can learn and I can do new things, right? I have a kitten coming to visit me. She's not really a kitten. She's over a year old, but she's so cute and I love her. Camille, do you want to say hi? Oh, she's very eepy. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this growth mindset because I've never been a person who's been complacent, I would say. I'm always trying to learn more, engage with the world around me, figure out how things work, all of those types of things. In fact, I worked at a coffee shop one time and I was the manager, and every night we closed out the drawer and the drawer would go in a safe. So you would push the drawer in the safe and then you would shut the door to the safe so that the money was locked away so people didn't steal it, obviously, right? But the thing is, sometimes the staff would have trouble closing the door. They would put the cash drawer in and they're like, sometimes it'll close and lock and sometimes it won't, and I can't figure out why. And it didn't make sense to me that they couldn't figure it out. I was like, okay. So one day I looked because they couldn't shut it all the way. My office door was locked, so at least there was that. But I went and looked, and in the safe on the back wall, there was a tiny screw sticking into the back wall. And the thing is, if the cash drawer went in flush with that screw, it wasn't going to go all the way back and the door wouldn't close. So I learned how to put the cash in the safe, and then I would explain it to other people. And that's kind of just the way that I work. Like if something is not functioning properly, or if it's a new thing, or if I don't understand it, I'll try to learn about it because I think it's interesting to know all these different things. I'm not good enough to be like a star contestant on Jeopardy or anything like that, but someday I'll know all of the random things. Now, at the same time as I was working at that coffee shop, I was with a partner who was very fixed mentality. So he had some quirks, we all do, right? And there were some things that just weren't sitting well with me, and we would try to have conversations about it. But he was very much a person who was like, that's just the way that I am. And that frustrated me to no end. That type of thing grinds my gears, right? It's like that complacent attitude, but it's almost like inconsiderate to others. Like, I don't care how I'm affecting you. This is just the way that I am, and you can either take it or leave it. Versus I'm the kind of person that's like, how can we interact together best? And do I need to make some changes for that? Or, where can I grow in this situation? And let's figure out how to do this together, right? So there's lots of different ways that you can grow. You can grow personally, you can grow professionally, and it has a huge impact on your results, on your success, on your relationships with other people. If my partner had not been the guy who was like, that's just how I am, maybe our relationship would have been different, right? Instead of having curiosity about the things that were going on, he just kind of just sat there and didn't try to do anything different. It was so frustrating. It was like banging my head against a wall. But if you're willing to learn, you're willing to grow, and you're willing to see yourself as a flexible, for lack of a better term, vessel. If you're willing to see yourself as that flexible person who always has something to learn, and you're always trying to be better for yourself, you're going to show up better in your relationships. You're going to show up better at work. You're going to start finding yourself more successful, which is great. And one of the ways to do that is actually through emotional intelligence. So we definitely don't have time for that now, but it's something that I want to cover in a future series because I just finished reading a book on it and I think it's so important to learn these concepts. So there's all kinds of ways to focus on emotional intelligence as growth. There's learning different hobbies, different topics, all of those types of things. So there's all different kind of ways that you can grow. So I just really want you to see yourself as never a finished product, right? We're always in beta that we don't ever get to like, this is the actual release of the game or whatever the case may be. There's always little bugs and improvements and fixes and things that we try to make better for next time. So hopefully you are able to kind of be in that neutral space, be that observer, and then really think about where you want to grow. So I'm super looking forward to doing that with you guys. I can't wait to get to emotional intelligence, but I have one more video next week before we get to that. So we'll see you then.